My daughter Emily is 4 years old. Like most kids her age, she has an overactive imagination. She talks to her stuffed animals, gives names to clouds, and insists there's a monster living under her bed that she's somehow made peace with. I never thought much of it, until about 2 weeks ago when she started mentioning the man in the basement. We live in a 2-story house, there is no basement. At first, I laughed it off. I figured she'd picked up something from a cartoon or overheard it in a story. But then, one night I heard her talking softly at around 2 in the morning. Her voice carried through the baby monitor. I got up and quietly went to her room. She was sitting cross-legged on the floor, facing the corner, and she was whispering. I asked her who she was talking to, and she just smiled and said, "The man in the basement." "He's funny." I reminded her again that we didn't have a basement. She frowned and said, "Yes, we do. It's the door under the stairs. You always keep it locked. There is a small utility closet under the stairs, but it's barely large enough to fit the water heater and some cleaning supplies. There's no way anyone could fit inside." But that night I checked. I unlocked the door, opened it, and shined my phone flashlight inside. Nothing, just the usual. Still, I felt watched. The next morning, Emily was unusually quiet. She barely touched her breakfast. When I asked if everything was okay, she said, "He doesn't like when you open the door. He said you're not supposed to." I asked who told her that. She looked me straight in the eye and whispered, "The man in the basement. He's mad at you now." That night, I locked the door under the stairs again, just to be safe. Around 3 a.m., I woke up to a loud bang. I ran out into the hallway and the door under the stairs was wide open. The lock had been snapped clean off, like it had exploded from the inside. Emily was standing in front of it, just staring into the dark. I grabbed her, slammed the door shut, and this time I nailed it shut with a hammer and wood planks from the garage. I even pushed a heavy shelf in front of it. She cried when I did it. Not a tantrum, more like grief. Like I'd locked someone she loved inside. The next day, I took her to stay with my sister for a few days while I figured things out. Last night, I was home alone. At 3:13 a.m., I heard scratching from behind the shelf. Not loud. Just enough to let me know. It's still in there. But here's the part that really gets me. I looked at the floor in front of the shelf. There were tiny footprints, bare, small, leading out from the door. Not in out. And Emily hasn't come home since.